Kaina is a young boy living on the Canopy, a massive organic membrane suspended high above the surface by enormous orbital spire trees. However, these trees have been slowly dying, and with them, the villages that depend on them for survival are disappearing one by one. Kaina's village believes they might be the last remaining community left on the Canopy. Despite this, Kaina often wonders whether humans have managed to survive down below on the surface, in the vast frozen expanse known as the Snow Sea. Meanwhile, far below on the Snow Sea, Princess Ririha sets out on a dangerous mission. She attempts to capture a floating creature called a floater, hoping to use it to reach the legendary sage, a figure rumored to possess the power to create water and save her struggling kingdom of Atland. But her mission takes a sudden turn when her group is ambushed by forces from the rival nation of Valgia. In a desperate effort to protect her, her loyal bodyguards sacrifice themselves, allowing Ririha to escape on a floater. The creature carries her high into the sky, all the way up to the Canopy. While out hunting, Kaina spots Ririha drifting helplessly and manages to rescue her just before she's lost forever. He brings her back to his village, where she explains her situation. Ririha reveals that her kingdom, Atland, exists on the Snow Sea at the base of the orbital spire trees, the only places with solid ground and access to water. But just like the Canopy, the Snow Sea is suffering from a severe water shortage. This crisis has pushed Valgia into becoming a militarized nation, invading others to steal their remaining water supplies. Ririha had come to the Canopy in search of the sage, hoping to save her people, but she's devastated to learn that no such person exists. Realizing the importance of her mission, the villagers entrust Kaina with guiding Ririha back down to the Snow Sea. They understand this journey may be one way, but still, they prepare him with salvaged climbing gear and a powerful laser cutting tool to help him survive. Kaina and Ririha begin their long descent. As they travel downward, both Valgian forces and Atlan's soldiers search desperately for Ririha. Along the way, they witness the collapse of a nearby orbital spire tree, a terrifying sign of the world's decline. During their journey, the two begin to open up to each other. Kaina shares that his mother died giving birth to him, and his father later died during a hunting expedition. Ririha reveals that her own mother passed away from illness when she was young, leaving her father to rule alone. She also tells him the legend of the sage, a being said to have created water when humans first settled the planet. But after humanity descended into war, the sage disappeared, retreating to the Canopy, and soon after, the Snow Sea formed. Ririha also mentions a mysterious entity called Light, a strange presence that guided her toward the Canopy. Kaina realizes he has seen this entity before as well. After several days, they finally reach the base of the tree, but are immediately confronted by a Valgian patrol. As Atlan's cavalry approaches in the distance, Kaina and Ririha attempt to escape using a nearby floater. They leap into the Snow Sea, but are ultimately captured before help can arrive. Orinoga, the leader of Atlan's cavalry, tries to rescue Ririha, but the powerful Valgian officer proves too strong. With no other choice, Ririha orders him to take Kaina and retreat. Reluctantly, Orinoga obeys, leaving her behind. Kaina is brought to Atland, where Ririha's father, the king, is devastated by the news of her capture. However, due to heavy losses, he refuses to launch another rescue mission. While staying at the castle, Kaina meets Ririha's younger brother, Yauna. He reveals that their father is preparing for war rather than negotiation. He also tells Kaina that Ririha will likely be taken to a nearby spire tree for negotiations. Determined to save her, Kaina devises a risky plan, using air tanks to travel beneath the Snow Sea through the roots of the spire trees. Yauna insists on joining him and guides him through a secret passage leading underground. Together, they journey through ancient ruins beneath Atland and eventually reach the Snow Sea floor. Unbeknownst to them, the mysterious entity Light continues to watch from afar. They begin a long and dangerous trek along the seabed, following the massive roots. Meanwhile, Ririha is taken to a negotiation site where she meets the Valgian admiral. In a bold move, she bluffs, claiming she has met the sage, who will destroy Valgia if they attack. The admiral, however, remains unconvinced. As Atlan's envoys arrive, Kaina and Yauna try to speed up their journey by riding a sea creature, but they are thrown off, and Kaina is knocked unconscious. At the negotiation, Atlan refuses to surrender. In response, the admiral brutally executes the envoys. When Kaina regains consciousness, night has fallen. He spots Ririha imprisoned aboard the admiral's flagship. Without hesitation, he and Yauna move in for a rescue. The admiral cruelly hangs Ririha in a cage from the ship's mast, intending to let her freeze to death as a display of power. Kaina and Yauna manage to sneak aboard, quietly free her, and hide in the cargo hold. To mislead their enemies, they release a small boat, making it seem like they escaped. The trio hides inside cargo crates while the Valgians chase the decoy. Eventually, the admiral decides to return to Valgia. Once the ship arrives, Kaina, Ririha, and Yauna escape into the massive floating city. As they explore Valgia, they discover that most of the population lives in poverty, struggling with the same water shortage. Soon, a group of street children steals their belongings, including Ririha's necklace. One of the children, Kairu, tries to trade the necklace for water, but soldiers recognize it. The admiral sets a trap, planning to execute Kairu publicly to lure Ririha out. Unable to let an innocent child die, Ririha reveals herself. Kairu is freed, but Ririha is captured again until she leaps into the snow sea, where Kaina rescues her. The children, known as the Skull Brotherhood, shelter them. Their leader explains that they are orphans from nations destroyed by Valgia. He also reveals that Valgia was once a rescue vessel meant to save people before it turned into a war machine. Kaina recalls seeing a massive spire tree on the canopy that still had water. If it exists, it could end the war. When soldiers discover their hideout, the Brotherhood helps them escape using a hidden raft. Kaina, Ririha, and Yauna flee, determined to find the Great Spire Tree. Miraculously, they make it back to Atland. The people celebrate Ririha's return, and Kaina is hailed as a hero, but the king refuses to believe their story about the tree. Later, Kaina remembers ancient symbols he saw in the ruins, symbols he can read from his time on the canopy. He believes they point to a hidden map. As war approaches, they search the ruins and uncover a map to the Great Spire Tree, but a massive trench blocks the path. Ririha discovers a way to build a special ship capable of crossing it. Meanwhile, war erupts. Valgia launches a full-scale attack. Orinoga leads a counterattack, while the admiral unleashes an ancient weapon, the Builder, an unstoppable war machine. As chaos unfolds, Kaina and his friends race to deliver the map, but it is destroyed in the battle. Despite this, Ririha presses forward. The mysterious entity light transforms into a legendary sea creature to help, but is seemingly destroyed by the admiral. The admiral, now consumed by madness, attacks indiscriminately, even targeting his own forces. Seeing this, General Amalothi turns against him. Orinoga seizes the moment and assassinates the admiral. At the same time, Kaina unleashes the full power of his laser cutter, destroying the Builder. With the battle over, Valgia surrenders, but instead of revenge, Ririha proposes peace. Kaina recreates the map from memory. Atland shares its water, while Valgia provides technology. Together, they begin rebuilding, creating a future where both sides cooperate and a new journey begins toward the Great Orbital Spire Tree. Thank you for watching. Now guys, it's your turn, and be honest. Rate this anime out of 10 in the comment below and subscribe to the channel for more anime recap like this.